What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Vince here. This was a burning city video that I did for a ladies' school play. That was the project and the brief. This is the burning city of Troy, and it had to be 3 minutes long. So the delivery had to be 3 minutes of animation of this. Using that package. So I'm just going to quickly show you what is happening with the modeling and how that was done. You can see the final creation. This was done a bit faster because what happens is you create one building, which then becomes 10 buildings, which then becomes a whole city. So Shift A to create a mesh or a block. It's like very simple, nice, quick. Hit S to scale. The shortcuts in Blender are really nice. Makes for workflow. Hit Tab to enter into edit mode. You then use right click to select your polys. So right click, hit E to extrude, and then hit S is to scale it down. If you have your hit E again to extrude up, and then very quickly I've made a similar shape to these buildings. So there, I'm then going to select these, and then I'm going to hit E again to extrude it, and then hit S, and then bring it down, and then very quickly with the hotkeys we've made something quite similar in a fairly short space of time. So now, yeah, if I click a poly and I hit I is for indent. So I'm going to create an indent. Then once it's made, I'm going to hit S to scale it, so I can scale the indent that I've just made. I'm then going to scale it in, and then E to extrude it again. And then I've made the shape of these windows, like a very similar shape to what you've got these other windows, just as an example. Okay, cool. A is to select all of it, because I want to now apply material to all of them. But let me just hop into object mode. I see here, going across to look at my material. I'm going to apply a similar material to what I got there. Cool, so here, then I have assigned the material. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go down and look at the Troy high-rise. And then go cube projection. It's an easier way. If you push Control plus, you can grow your selection. that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the balcony. That's what I want. And then I can see that the UV unwrap is not exactly as I want it. So I'm going to go back to that selection and check cube projections not working. So I'm then going to hit U and I'm going to go to unwrap. And then I'm going to add another one. It's quite nice in Blender because you can have multiple materials. Yeah. So there I'm looking at the window shadow. So I'm going to add another one and then here to the window shadow, assign that. Object. I'm going to hit Shift D and that's going to duplicate so that your hotkey nice and fast. And then I'm going to position it to see. So before I'm running the sim, I'm creating 5 buildings, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to 5 variations of buildings. So you're going to generate the sim. So you're first going to hit Shift A and then create a plan, and S, and scale it up. Then I'm going to hit Tab to hop into edit mode, and I can then hit W and keep clicking subdivide. And keep subdividing that. I'm going to go to particle systems and click new. And this is going to emit from the verts because that's neat, and it's going to keep the building separate. And the emitter, we're going to use hair. This is going to treat the buildings as though they're hair. That for a group, they're doobie group. Cool. But now it's not showing up for some reason. Ah, there we go. Just had to give it a bit of time. Well, how do you make a group? How do you make a group that you're going to use? So we click on our first layer, and then you're going to hit B and drag across, select everything. And Control G. Control G. But it's not working. Control G. Select everything. Control G. Control G. Come on. Control G. It's hiding away. So if it's hiding away, you have to bring it up, that menu that you're looking for, and then type buildings, building something to make a group building.
And we go back to the other layer with the particles. Then they're like a little bit stretched. So I can see something's up with the system. And we want a perfect system. Alright. So we go over, keep the group, and make the one that we just created. It's different. Something about it looks better. I reset the system. And hit, we're gonna hit R, Y, 90, and back. Nice.
I'm going to go back to that layer and then hit B and select all of them, and then X 90. Oops. R X 90. And if I go back to the layer that's creating it, different direction, not what I want. R Y 90. There we go. Now they're standing up, and now you have a city, just like that. Didn't even take a day. And we can go to the number. Maybe we want to add more buildings. Or maybe you want to add less buildings. Project. Take a look. This is how everything looked like near the end. So if I look down there, I've got some masks. I've got some pre-comped fire. So it's already created fire. It's in a pre-comp. I can just duplicate it and place it where I need it to be. And you can see there's quite a bit placed all over the city. So once you've got one, you can then drag it and put it wherever you need to be, wherever it has to go. There's pre-comps of the city that are retimed, and then here we've got some nulls, and then that's motion tracking, so that After Effects follows the 3D camera move. And then so I'll go into that a bit of how to find parts of your camera move that's going to track nicely. And then if we look at the final composition, it's there time remapped, and it's time remapped to 3 minutes, because that's what they wanted ultimately. The whole thing was that we want 3 minutes of animation.